My name's Tim, and this is Tim DnD. It's a channel where I talk about Dungeons and Dragons, role-playing games, and what I've learnt about these over the years. My first introduction to the game of Dungeons and Dragons was from my dad, who gave me a very old-looking book with a dragon in blue ink all over it, which was, I believe, one of the first editions of Dungeons and Dragons in a decent printed format. I had no idea what I was reading. I devoured the book from cover to cover, but at the age I was, younger than 10, I didn't know how to play the game, and the game itself, the book itself, did not lend itself to that. When I was about 11, I got the red box for Dungeons and Dragons, the start of the Beckme series. Uh, I'd created a dungeon which was very extensive for a couple of my friends who joined me. They rolled up characters, first level characters, and I believe they died pretty damn quick. It's a learning experience. You're playing your first game, and that was definitely a learning experience. Not to be defeated, we carried on playing Dungeons and Dragons throughout school, right up to the age of probably 18. Um, when we were doing A levels, I carried on being a dungeon master right the way through my GCSEs and my A levels. Um, I think I probably prioritised Dungeons and Dragons sometimes over learning stuff, which is what you do when you're a kid. Um, we enjoyed ourselves. There was a lot more of my friends who joined in, and we spent weekly lunchtimes playing. Um, it it lasted a long while, and I think my adventures deteriorated to the point where they were literally go into the dungeon, kill the monster, and come out again. It's what happens when you haven't got any time and you've been a dungeon master all that amount of time. I stopped playing Dungeons and Dragons for quite a while, from the age of 19, maybe. So a few years. Um, it wasn't until fairly recently, just after the lockdown in my case, where I caught the Vox Machina cartoon, and then from there went on to watching the Critical Role series of live play shows, um, which I devoured hours and hours of watching. Um, my wife hated it. What can I say? I'm one of those people. Once I get myself going on something, I need to keep going. Um, Once I'd watched those, I was watching as much as I could of anything on YouTube about Dungeons and Dragons. Um, and then my daughter surprised me and said that she wanted to join a game that was going on in a local shop in town. Did I want to come? I said, yeah, I'll give it a go. And suddenly I'm playing 5e. As I've said, I'm all in when it comes to this sort of thing. So I went and bought a copy of the 5e three rule books, bought a load of dice, created some characters, and ended up on a gnome fighter that I'd created for myself. Helped my daughter to create a character of a warlock, I believe it was. Um, and we went off to the shop, played in a game. We had to scale our characters up to fifth level, which we weren't expecting, which was quite complicated for people who'd never played 5e before, but we had a go. We enjoyed what we were doing. Um, Came away from that game, um, tried to join a few other games at that shop again, which just proved difficult because my shifts and my daughter's shifts didn't coincide necessarily with what was going on at the shop. So in the end, I started playing as dungeon master for my daughter and my son. Who, by the way, my daughter's in her 20s, my son's in his 30s. They're adults now. Um, we're playing a campaign at the moment from that first game, and I think we're quite enjoying it. And that's what this channel will be about. I'll talk about the differences between the two systems, what I've learnt from those differences and from playing the game as it is now, how my DM style has changed from way back then to now. I'm aware this is not the best video in the world. I can only improve. It can only get better, guys. On the plus side, it gives me a chance to, years down the line, go back and say, look at how bad these videos were. If you've got any comments on what could improve the video, just leave them in the comments below. Try and be nice. If you've got any comments about what you'd like to see going forwards, again, leave them down below. I'll try and read them. I'll try and make whatever comes up happen. And in the meantime, like and subscribe. I'll try and make some better videos in the future. And see you later.